Commission Church on our Mission Sunday. Over the last course of the last year and a half, I guess, we've not been able to hold our missions conference, so we're doing things a little bit differently, and we're having people come in, and we're having a missions Sunday, and we'll do some other stuff throughout the year to kind of, I don't know if make up for it is the right word to use, but just to give you an update about what goes on with missions at Great Commission Church. I'm Kyle Bergantz. I'm the missions director here. And what I would like to do is there's kind of a twofold crowd in this group for the most part. We have new people here that hear us talk about missions. Maybe you're not so sure what that is, what we do with it. I'm going to explain a little bit of that, give you a good overview of what missions all encompasses here at Great Commission Church. And then there's those of you that have been well invested. You've been to our missions conference. You're a regular contributor, and maybe this will be a refresher for you. So that's what I'm going to try to do here in just this short time. At Great Commission, we support missions in several different ways. There are some main ministries we support. If you will, roll those. One of the bigger ones that we support is a group called Anchored in Truth. This is simply the missions arm of a church called Grace Life Church of the Shoals in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Their mission arm is called Anchored in Truth. You can go ahead and roll the next slide. And this consists of a church partnership, churches just like ours, Great Commission Church, in the following states you see behind me: Tennessee, Mississippi, Indiana, Kentucky, on down the list. So all of these people, there are churches in these various states just like ours. If you went to any of these churches in any of these states, you would see a service very similar to ours, preaching the gospel and the truth of the word just like we preach here. So we're partnered with this organization, just like it said in Acts. It's the model of we bring all of our resources together, and where there is need, we help meet it. And we help meet this need by all of us coming together. Some of you give a little, some of you give a lot, some of you give in between. All of us come together and we meet the needs. Here's how we do that. We support church plants and missionaries in these places. You can see these are our domestic places. These are the various states that we have supported church plants in. Go ahead and roll it again. And internationally, through Anchored in Truth, this is just one organization we support. We also support missionaries, church plants in these places you see here. Go ahead to the next slide. And then also there's an undisclosed person in Anchored in Truth Network that we don't broadcast because it's in a heavily Muslim populated area, so it can be kind of tricky for them to navigate if we were to put these things out on for public view. The next person that I want to introduce, and he's going to be talking to us and preaching to us today, is Mike Curry. Mike has Light Ministries. We're a heavy contributor to Mike's ministry, along with other people. In the Mid-South here, Bellevue Church, I think, has a large hand. That's just one of them. There are many others. Again, this is lots of people coming together and helping meet the needs. And then we also support, we've actually been on site here quite a few times. Greg's been to our church at our missions conference. We support Harvest Evangelistic Association, Greg and Michelle. They're based out of San Antonio. The main ministry is in Chiapas. It has a evangelism school here that has reached many, and then they go into these following countries. You can see that. Next slide, please. And then we also support Life Choices Ministries and Pregnancy Crisis Center. That just came about a couple of years ago. We're kind of evolving that partnership as we speak, and we get a little more involved with that every year. And then we also support a Christian counseling service, which has helped some of the people in this room. It's a vital part of our church lifeblood. So all of these things come together to form what we call, is that the last slide? I think that's the last one. So all of these things come together for us to support what we call Great Commission, is our missions ministry. All these things happen because of your contribution. Over the last year with COVID and all these things, none of these ministries stopped. Just because the world got put on hold, the people were in place just like we were. The church did not stop. We kept ministering to people. We kept having services. Well, they're doing the same exact thing. You're going to hear this from Mike firsthand about how these pastors and his network have had to deal with COVID. So I just want to say publicly, thank you for your earnest contributions and keeping that going and understanding that nothing has stopped. They might have been doing it in place and not having quite the reach they've had, but all the people that were involved in the ministry and what they were ministering to, those things didn't stop, and they were constantly being contributed to. So publicly, I just want to say again, thank you so much. You'll hear a firsthand report from our dear friend Mike here in just a moment. And let that be an encouragement to you that what you're doing and what we're doing as a church body to support the worldwide ministries, it's happening. Things are doing. People are coming to salvation and coming to know the truth of who the true God is as we speak across the world. So thank you, thank you, thank you.